Hi there, this is Francesca Magnani. I'm here in Union Square, New York, with Lauren Wells, a New York street photographer, representing Women in Street. And we're gonna find out about her style and her story. Hello, Lauren. Tell us something about being in New York. How is that different from shooting anywhere else, if it is? And if you have favorite places that you like to go and take photos.
Well, New York is a special city to shoot. I mean, it's so dense with people, and there's no excuse to say you can't find a street photo in New York City. The neighborhoods I love are the ones that have community. I'm not so into this random kind of anonymous shooting where it's about the light or everything, the composition only. I have to feel something, and I like to have a character, so to speak, in my pictures, so community kind of lends to that. So I love shooting up in East Harlem. I love shooting on the subway because there's a community there.
Yes,
there's every type of person. That's really the only time we all congregate together is in that bit of transportation. So I love that, and it's different. It's different from other cities in two ways. One, I'm from here, so I'm very comfortable. I realize when I go to other cities, they can have just as many people in them, but it takes me a while to get comfortable, and because there's some assertiveness in being a street photographer. So I would say that's a difference.
Can you tell us a little bit about your previous career as a lawyer? And also, even though it's a past, it's something of the past, does it inform in any way your work as a photographer?
So I used to be a lawyer. I practiced for 16 years. I was in-house counsel for various investment banks over the years. What I loved about it was I got to meet a lot of people. I worked with a lot of people from different countries who are still my friends to this day. I got to travel. I got to see how deals were made and be involved. And really the psychology of that is what interested me. But the legal aspect I really didn't like. It was so dry, and I just didn't like it. So the one thing that photography, there's the same, lawyering informs my photography in terms of like this way of composing things, like it's very orderly. I mean, my mind, like when I write, everything has to be kind of linear and make sense, and a photo of mine has to make sense to me visually. So that's that legal mind. So, but what is different now is that I don't have to stay in my head all the time. I get to ignore my head and just kind of feel something when I'm out here, and it takes a lot of energy to think all the time, and I'm very glad I don't have to do that as a job.
Regarding Women in Street, do you have any thought about being a woman-only platform?
Well, I think it's wonderful that women are getting all of this attention in all fields lately, because women are kind of demanding to be seen, so to speak. I can't wait till the pendulum swings back to the middle where we don't even have to think about that. But for now, that's what's going on, and it's nice. And it's nice, the community of women. I find them so supportive. And I'm not a big group type of person, but I love when I do hang around with people, female street photographers in a community. It's really nice. I've made a lot of friends, and to have something in common like this is wonderful.
Is there something else that you think it's key to understanding your images?
For me, what I need to understand, I don't know how other people interpret it, but what I need for me to take a photo, I need the composition to be a certain way. I like to fill the frame. I just saw this woman. She was the most interesting. She had such an interesting face and expression. She was putting on her lipstick, but there was nothing around her to frame her, and that didn't interest me, so I didn't take the shot. So I like having characters that kind of support the subject. And then the most important thing is I have to feel something. There's got to be a story or something that an emotion that I feel. And it's hard. I mean, I can go a month at a time without getting a shot that I like. But for me, it's feeling, composing, and then it's got to have some content that moves me.
While you were talking, I tried to picture you as a lawyer. Was there a particular moment when you switched, or someone gave you a camera, or you decided to buy a camera? Like, is there, it was gradual?
No, it happened. I took time off. I was in between jobs, and I was trying to leave the law for good, but I didn't. I just ended up taking time off and then going back to the law. And I went traveling for 6 months. And I got a camera. Well, I didn't get a camera. I borrowed a camera, but I took a crash beginner's course in photography because I thought I want to document my trip, and I want to know how to use a camera. And I just fell in love with, when we travel, it's easy to be present, but with the camera, I was paying attention to every single thing. I was never bored.
I see.
And when I came back home, I was able to translate that to the place, New York, to my home, which I was bored.
So it was like a tool for awareness.
Exactly.
In a way.
Oh, well said. Very good. Okay, I'm gonna borrow that. Yeah. And then everything's interesting. I look on the subway, everyone's got their earphones in there. I'm like, what? This is the best show on earth. So that's how I got hooked. And then gradually I started to do it more and more, and it became more than just a hobby. It became like a deep passion that I said, I want to do this for.
Do you have a project, or do you have a show that you're planning, or are you working on a particular series right now?
Well, I've been working on this stickball project, which is, it's different for me. It's in color, and I tend to prefer black and white, just because there's a continuity there, and there's a simplicity that I just find beautiful. But there was something intuitive about making this in color, and it's been challenging because I don't get to choose the light, and these guys play this game stickball at 12 o'clock in the afternoon in the summer, and the light is, there'll be half shadow, half sun, and it's challenging. But it's more of a documentary, but they do play on the street, so it's a kind of a street
brings
photo
together.
project. Yeah.
Sometimes I just like to, I'm curious what's going on. I know I'm not going to shoot, but I want to know, just talk to people.
Yes. Lauren, do you have a camera that you like to do your street photography, that you prefer?
This is Mr. Fuji. Somebody commented that I refer to my cameras as male instead of female. but to me it's a machine, and a machine is a masculine thing.
I see.
Yeah.
So they were right.
No,
a way.
they thought a camera should be female.
Oh, okay.
Because also in like Romance languages,
I see.
it's feminine.
Una macchina. Yes.
And yeah. Oh, I didn't. That's how you call it. That's right in Italian. You're right. It's just light, easy, and small. I used to have a smaller one, but it was actually too small and my hands couldn't. So the beauty about this is I can carry it wherever I go. Whether or not I shoot, I can put it in a bag or something.
And do you have a favorite lens?
This is a 35, and I also have a 27 equivalent. I use this a lot, but I've been thinking about going back to the 27.
I see.
And I can't tell you why. I don't think I never thought that I was that wide a shooter, but this can sometimes be a little too tight. So I probably will switch off. But right now I've been using the 35 a lot.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.